Hey, what's going on everyone? FM Journeyman here and welcome back to Throwback Thursday. Today's video we are going to take a look at Giant Killers 2. Yep, GK doesn't stand for goalkeeper. Oh, number 2, it's just Giant Killers 2. It's made by the same company, Smoking Gun Productions, that did the Southampton Club Manager or the Club Manager series. If you remember the video a few weeks ago. The AAA game apparently. This is not, I don't believe, the box that it came in originally. I think this is a resale at a cheaper value. But I don't really know too much about the game. Didn't even play it as a kid, but I picked it up for like 50 pence, so it's worth giving a shot. So let's go take a look at the game itself. Now, looks like it was produced the 2000-2001 season. Again, not really familiar with this game. I'm going to presume, though, that it's very similar to the Club Manager series. So it's going to be very simplistic gameplay. And I think, you know, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of difference, to be honest with you. Let's do difficulty medium. Okay, so the difference between those games and this one, though, is going to be the fact that, as you can see, you can pick your team. So you can pick anyone from the Conference, Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, and, of course, the Premier League. So that's kind of nice. They added multiple divisions, because in the other games, obviously, you can only pick the team that's sponsoring the game. So, you know what? Let's take a look at divisions, see if we can find an interesting team to play with. Let's look at Division 2 real quick. Anyone there? Bournemouth are in there, obviously in the Premier League now. Stoke City, Swansea, yeah, a couple of Premier League teams. Wigan Athletic, they're on the rise. How about Division 3? Anyone there? Brighton Hove Albion, they're in the Premier League. Cardiff City, up and down team. Hull City are in there too. You know what? Let's go take over as manager of Hull City. Why not? I don't know too much about Hull City from the 2000-2001 period. So I'll take a look. This is obviously the home page. Let me see. Got stadium capacity, Boothby Park, 15,000 capacity. Division 3. Club record transfer is 200,000. Apparently, they've given me £25.33 million to spend. I don't think that's very realistic. I don't think Hull City are going to give me £25 million in the third tier of the English League system. Player wage bill, 15,000. All right, my name at the bottom, no problem there. What else can we look at here? Financial information. Right now, funds available 25 million. Current balance of 26. Club form. I'm pretty much sure this is the history of the club. It is. Okay. Take a look. All right, so this is our fixture list, obviously. League tables. What's this one? This is, just a kind of a competitions. This must be the player search. Let's try and find ourselves a player, shall we? Search for players. Alright, I don't really know who I'm looking for here. Let's just search for players. Okay, available. Is it available? Okay, yeah, so this must be available over here on the right. Oh, Slaven Bilic is available on a freebie. Let's try and bring him in. Why not? Let's give him, I don't know, he wants 8,000 there, so let's do 15,000. The legend that is Slaven Bilic. Let's give him a 2-year deal. See if we can entice a player to join us in the Division 3. Fee nothing. Age 26. All right, perfect. Let's submit the offer and let's see what happens there. Anyone else here? Fabian Biano, the former Derby man. Who else? Brad Friedel. Oh yeah, got a bit of Brad Friedel there. Let's do, instead of 5,000, let's do 10,000 a week on a 3-year deal. Awesome, yeah, I'll do that. All right, perfect. All right, who else? Anyone else that I recognize? Hristov? Nope, don't recognize him. Thought I might recognize him. Musselwhite, Paul Musselwhite. Let me see. Anyone else? Nope. Let's move on. So we can sell players there. I'm not gonna do that. Let's look at the first team squad. Let's see who's in there. All right. So sort by position. Perfect. So we have Nicky Baxter, Lee Breesy, and Steve Williamson as goalkeepers. Obviously, this is done by ability. It looks like percentage-wise. I think that's the overall ability of the player itself. And if you click on him, as you can see, it kind of breaks it down. Player form, again, I think it's going to be the history. Doesn't really have a detailed history, but it looks like these are all official players, because I recognize a lot of these players. So they must have had the official licensing rights, which is pretty cool, actually. Because because obviously there's a lot of games that he played in this time period that didn't have the official licensing rights for teams and players, and this one definitely does. Ian Goodson, I recognise him, 27-year-old, yep, Jamaican international centre-half, played a lot of games in the lower reaches of the English league system. Also, who else? John Eyre, I recognise that name. 25-year-old striker. Probably come across him in previous Football Manager games. Alright, so lineup of 4-4-2, 11 subs. This is obviously how you pick the players. Sub. Okay, so it's basically you pick them, sub, and then don't pick them at all. So I'm going to put Mark Reeves back on the bench because lineup of 4-4-2, that's fine by me. Let's take a look at the tactics. Okay, so they give you an overall rating in the team, and obviously it's done by percentages for the individual players. Let's go ahead and switch these two around and see if that makes an impact. A slight impact. And it looks like as well you can adjust where they play. So you can have Whitmore and Brabham playing a little bit deeper. So I do like the kind of like versatility in their formations, which means getting a little bit creative, because again, there's a lot of titles around this time period that were very much set in stone in what kind of formations you can play, especially some of these cheaper games. This one has a little bit more freedom, so that's pretty good. Passing style, let's do direct since we're playing lower league football. All right, yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So let's go with that into the first game. My rating has gone down a little bit. Not quite sure why. Maybe because I switched to a direct system. Let me see. What's this? Training. Okay. So goalkeepers, sweepers, defenders. Okay, so it breaks it down. This is actually really useful. I do like this a lot, be honest with you. So you can set all to tackling for defenders, and it's like the fact that it breaks it down by individual player position. That's something that Football Manager can actually use, and just be able to break it down a bit more. It's very, very simple, very easy. I like that. I like that a lot because I'm not a big fan of spending tons of times on training, and obviously this is actually really good, to be honest with you. You can set the extra sessions or just regular sessions. Obviously, this is a bit more to do with fatigue, I think. And then obviously you can just pretty much set whatever kind of training you want to do with ease. Just one click of a button. I like that a lot. So this is obviously the save. Yep, save game, load game. And this is obviously the calendar down here. So investment announced. Got a message from the board. Yep, they give us £25 million. Again, I'm not going to say that's real. I don't think they'll ever give me £25 million in real life. But you know what? Let's skip ahead and let's see what happens. Bilic and Friedel are considering the bid. Hopefully they sign. No news there. Funds reduced. The board has reduced the club's transfer fund. This is due to the current financial status, which you should do all you can to help address. Okay, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Let's go back to the home page. Okay, so current budget is 19 million there. Let's do financial information. What's going on here? I mean, we're making a profit, right? No, well, actually, we lost £12,000. That's not too bad, though. You're going to lose money, for Christ's sake. Stop being so cheap. You can't just tell me here's 25 million and the next day you'll take it away. Bilic has decided to join us. All right, what a signing that is. Slaven Bilic is going to be a whole City player. Transfers final. Okay, good. Perfect. And Brad Friedel's going to be joining us as well. There you go. We just signed two absolute legends. So as far as like realism goes, I'm not sure Brad Friedel and Slaven Bilic would join Hull City when they were in Division 3. But nevertheless, it's fun to play games like that. You know, I like it. So Brad Friedel is definitely going to start. Obviously, best goalkeeper by about 100%. Bilic obviously will start as well. I'm going to keep Goodson. I like Goodson because I recognise him. Let's move Bilic starting. And what does our team look like now? So that boosts our average rating up to 63.98. So the board looked like it did warn me about the contract warning. Okay, that's just saying that we got players that are expiring soon. That's fine. All right, let's go into today's game. Let's see how this looks. Now, on the box, it said that it is a... Let me see. A full teletype match commentary describes the action ball by ball. Giggity. Allowing you to respond with the next tactical decision. Okay. All right, let's see what this looks like. All right, so... Brett Ormerod. There he is. Forgot he played for Blackpool. Jesus. All right, so this is really, really slow. Let's do normal. Let's move to high. What does high look like? So it doesn't make it faster, but what I think this does is it obviously just reduces the amount of commentary, I guess. And it looks like there was a goal. We scored by the look of things. Marcel scored the goal. Didn't even notice. Didn't we flash? Didn't we do anything too exciting? I've got to say, this is pretty dull. There's not really any graphics. There's not really any kind of like indication that we scored. It's really just watching the computer type out what happens in the game. This is super dull. What can we do to speed this up? Can I speed this up a little bit? Nope, nothing there. Can't do anything there. I can review the action, I guess, if I want to. I can pause, match. Onward scores for Blackpool. Okay, they've equalized. Resume the game. Okay. Match, resume the game. Squad. Okay. Nothing, can't do anything there. Tactics wise, I'm guessing. Okay, I can go to tactics, I guess, when the highlight is over. Alright, so it looks like I can make some changes. Not surprising there. Let's go back to the match, I suppose. Alright, let's resume. Let's resume. Again, this is this is very boring. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting with this, but I expected something a little bit more creative than what they've done. I mean, I do get the fact that they try and keep the specs down on the game itself because a lot of computers couldn't handle up-to-date graphics at the time. A PC gaming wasn't really that big. And I mean, this is, I guess, somewhat similar to Championship Manager's approach at the time, except Championship Manager, they made it much more exciting. You know, when you scored, it flashes. There was moments of suspense. There was pause in the typing of the or the gameplay or the commentary style. There was pauses here and there, so it made it very exciting. If you look at this, it literally just is tap 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 tap. It's really dull. So, I mean, I can't imagine sitting through an entire season, let alone multiple seasons of watching this kind of without having to be able to speed it up. You know, there's got to be a way to speed it up. Click on high here, to see if that helps at all. Blackpool just scored, by the way. I mean, you would have barely noticed, but they've just scored. Let me see. I've clicked on high, and this is. I mean, I can't imagine what low's like. Maybe they mean detail. Maybe it's like detail. So like high detail, low detail, medium detail, etc. See if that helps. All right, kick off the second half. Let's see what we do here. Oh, there you go. So it does speed up a little bit. Okay, now I feel stupid. Yeah, if you hit it on low, it's low highlights. So that's basically like key, extended, comprehensive, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that makes it a little bit more endurable, but it's still very dull. Blackpool scored again in the 62nd minute, and that was the game. So we lost 3-1. Not a surprise. Didn't really do anything with the tactics. Didn't really try, to be honest with you. A little bit of a summary there. Continue, and then that's pretty much it. View match results. You can view that. Again, this game. I mean, if they released it for like the maybe the phone, maybe the iOS or Android or something, then it might be actually pretty good in modern day. But I mean, I can't really recommend sitting and playing this for too long. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun to go back and play some of these old games if they have a lot of substance to it. This one doesn't. Let's change it around. Maybe that helps. No, it doesn't. Okay, whatever. Again, this doesn't really have a lot of substance, and I've got no complaints in it because, again, I understand that the PC capabilities at the time were pretty low. I mean, it only requires 32 megabytes of RAM, 150 megabytes of hard drive space, a CD-ROM, I mean, just a really basic 16 megabyte compatible accelerator card, so it didn't really require much to play. And I feel like if your game couldn't handle some of the database stresses that Championship Manager would on, this might be a good alternative. I also know that Giant Killers 2 went out for the Dreamcast as well, the Sega Dreamcast, and I haven't got that version. I haven't played it. I haven't got a cross-compatible Dreamcast, so I can't play regional games, and I think it was just released in the Europe region, so I can't play that one even though I've got my hands on it. But maybe in the future, just to try and complete my collection, I will. I don't really know what to do else for this video, I'll be honest with you. I mean, that's pretty much the game itself, and honestly, the game's kind of dull. I mean, I'm not going to do a series on it, obviously, but it was good to take a look at it, and obviously, if you guys maybe want to buy it for yourself, it's pretty cheap on eBay. I think I paid, again, 50 pence for it, and ended up being like $2 after shipping or whatever. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to see any other Football Manager videos, Football Management game related videos, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.